We'll de-rumble soon enough. How goes? Hello. Oh, I adjusted my camera without my shoes on, and now my head's hitting the top a little bit. Hold on. Better. What's up? Hey, Timber. Duncan, hello. Welcome, Longclaw. Heart sleeves for Duncan. Keep the Valentines going. Happy sub day, Mama. Thank you. Closing in on 3 years. Indeed. Wow, 2 years, huh? Since I've gone by since I did that, huh? Time flies, even when it's crawling somehow. You know what I mean? Like there were times where time didn't feel like it was moving at all in the last 2 years, but overall, snap gone. We're gonna definitely start with this free bot draft. Might as well. I like seeing where the bots are at. And Deathsy, wow, I'm getting the late / early shift, it seems. Welcome, Deathsy viewers. Good to see you all. Thanks for the big raid. Good timing too. We just got started here, and frankly, I'll get right to it with you all just showing up here. I know we got some subs. Molecule Man, Brian, Valhalla's Chosen, thank you. I want to see how Brian's doing. Brian started at Wizards in the last few months. I want to check in with him on how that's going. But with Deathsy's gang here, let's get going on a draft. And just to introduce myself to Deathsy's friends, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe before spending 7 years at Wizards of the Coast, 5 of it largely working on Magic Online from within R&D, and then 2 years working on this here game right here, Arena. Arena is currently offering this midweek Phantom Bot Draft. It's basically very low cost for Wizards. They're not giving us anything to build our collection with. And what are the prizes? Like mystery cosmetic and a couple of cards. So there's not much to earn here, but we do get a free draft experience. I like this from a business standpoint from Wizards. I think this type of event accomplishes a bunch of different things midweek. It's your cycle of play behavior is going to dip at its lowest midweek and peak probably on the weekend sometime. And so you're looking to motivate players to play during the off-peak times, and it's the happy hour of Arena basically, and that's what's going on here in terms of driving engagement, bringing us back to play with an option that's like, how can you pass up free? Just take some of your time and you get to draft and play. But it also encourages draft shy newer players to give it a shot. It's hard to not do the free drafts. Your first hit's free, right? Like, you want to turn players into drafters if you can, and offering them a free, no-clock place to get in is a great place to do that. I think that's the 2 primary reasons for this queue specifically. Drive midweek engagement when it's at its lowest, and give new drafters no reason not to give the best way to play Magic. There is drafting. I've apparently blown David Vero's mind. Holy crap, that's why they have happy hour? Yeah, exactly. Who's at a bar at 4 p.m.? People with challenges, potentially, and people taking advantage of half-hour deals. Brian says, going great, very busy, nice. Great, so you're working on something that involves physical cards. Yeah, I said this, no pun intended, a magical experience to see your first product released in any game situation, but for any Magic player, being involved in the release of a Magic product is pretty special. So congrats on that, Brian. All right, let's get going. Quick thanks to my sponsor, Card Kingdom. You can find out all they've got to offer via my affiliate links in the panels and the YouTube notes and here in chat. Let them know you got there from here, and you'll see some of the best Magic retail on the internets. I love them. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Let's bot it. I'll get out of your way here. Draft view, and let's go ahead and adjust this format. Call it quick, which is not technically quick. It's this different queue, but I could call it Neo Bot, but I usually call bot drafts quick, so I'll just do that. Mal, give me another. I can't remember why I was exposed to it, but I think a friend of mine tweeted a response of some kind, but some blue check mark Twitter jerk had the hot take of like, if you bring a book to a bar, just know nobody likes you, or something like that. It's like the bartenders do. I'll tell you that. Anybody who doesn't like somebody for bringing a book anywhere can go suck it. Anyway, it was quite ratioed on that one, shall we say. We got a Mythic. Let's see what that does. Junti, the Midnight Sky, 5 mana, 5/5 Flying Menace. It's Mythic, so I just bet we get upside from here, so I'm already in. But what else do we get? When it dies, choose one. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life, or put target non-dragon creature you control from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose 2 life. Yeah, that seems great. So I think we take that. Let's see what else is in here, though. We got this Shrine. I think Luis and Marshall, maybe the format's too fast or something, but like Luis and Marshall didn't love this card. I think I love Planeswalker type cards in Limited that aren't Planeswalkers, which is to say something that if it just sits there, gets turn over turn value, and has to be dealt with at some point. If you can outrace it or go over the head of the 1/1s, I could see it being bad in some matchups, but it seems really good. Reign of Truth. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment you control. That could be pretty big depending on the deck. It's interesting build around. I haven't really seen that one in action. Let's see. Any removal to take note of? What do we think? With bot draft, signals downstream are more important in bot draft than any other format, because the bots are pretty rigid and are pretty good at power evaluation and are going to lean power early. So if you can figure out what's powerful in your pack, you can kind of know what the bots downstream are going to end up in, or just noting very dry colors. This is a pretty even pack. There's only 2 green cards, but they're very good ones. There's only 1 other black card, so it's a good lane for us to be in terms of cutting black. So I like that a lot. Just noting, I like to note. So I like, but I don't think the bots respect the cultivation. They probably like the Prancer though, and these white cards. These red cards are pretty medium, so maybe there's a black-red lane we could get into, and I've done this bot draft on one other account and ended up red-black. I think that is a definite place to go with it. Here we've got a Gloom Shrieker, which is excellent. Unforgiving. I see the Twisted Embrace. This is a front runner, just straight black removal. But let's see what else is here. Unforgiving 1, 2 and a black for 2/3 men. Oh, I like this. This is interesting. Feels like you could make this really sing. But I've had success with this. I was telling chat that on Monday. I don't think you necessarily take it here, but in an aggressive red deck with a lot of 2s, I like this a lot. And then Gloom Shrieker, hard to deny, just a 2-for-1, walking 2-for-1. And I think, though, that we're just on Twisted Embrace. The Gloom Shrieker might be good enough to dip into a second color. But this is just so clean and good and matches perfectly our first and doesn't commit us to a second color. So this is a better card. Obviously, if this is 1 black, I snap up the Gloom Shrieker. But at 1 black-green, I'm going to take the Embrace. The Embrace is good enough. Keeps us open, lets us do something like take a Seismic Wave and look in the red direction. Careful Cultivation is here as well for the instant speed. Mana Ramper, which lets you ramp into good things like Jukai Preserver. So I do like the green-black direction. Yeah, I'm enamored with this actually in its role in Constructed, because the instant speed nature of it and the uncounterability of it, I think, are huge factors for Constructed. So that's what keeps attracting me to the card. In the end of the day, it's a 2-mana ramper more than anything, and that's fine. But you're right, not a necessarily some early windmill slam. But I do, you know, if ramp is good, if you have a top end, you love this card. But you really need to be going somewhere. This is interesting. Kind of does a bunch of stuff, but I think we just take a wave. Yeah, channel is a weird mechanic in that, I mean, in how it really hoses blue, but is really, again, just another split card, yet another kicker, or kicker/split card. This is underperformed for you. It's been fine. I'd say it's been good for me. Well, where are y'all at? This is like going back to in my old days, I pulled a lot of picks because we only had bot draft, right? Let me do a quick poll, and I'm curious if you're on wave or green. I'll say, let's just look at this octopus. I haven't even read this. Maybe this is a card. 2/2 for 3. Whenever this or equipped creature deals combat to damage to a player, draw a card. Well, maybe that's interesting too. Yeah, that's definitely a card. So I'm going to throw that on the list. Because Blue-Black Ninjas is open for us. I mean, that's one of the rewards of taking Twisted Embrace. We're a little bit more open. So you want throw me your nominations. You want Disruptor on the list? I don't think would we take Disruptor over Octopus? I do like this in the Ninja deck and everything. I just want to get it a little later. But let's see. Okay, some people are like, no, Disruptor is just what you want to do if you're doing that. So I'll put it on the list. Wave, Disruptor. This is where the community is generally ahead of me, and I like checking in with chat. And, you know, we're going to take it slow here, gang, and talk about what we know about this format. And I really want to listen to chat because I don't know, you know, I've only drafted this a few times, and I think a lot of people have studied this more than I have. I want to make sure I'm spelling that right. I think I'm going to put green, just to say green card. Like you know, whether it's Many Ways, Preserver, or Cultivation, if you think we should take a green card, type green, vote green, and then indicate in chat which green card you think we should take. I think those are the only choices, though, right? Wave, Octopus, or Disruptor. And I'll put the Octopus too. That's what I forgot. So Octopus, Disruptor, Wave, or a green card. And if you choose green, just tell me what card you're interested in. And I'm curious where chat's at on this. I haven't popped this off yet. I can see how it could obviously do so, especially in when paired with green or white. Black is going to get you a lot of artifacts inherently. Green or white going to get you a lot of enchantments inherently. Not that there's firm walls around those things. You can get them in a lot of the colors, but I still don't want to take this now. I wouldn't take it now. Disruptor pretty clearly. All right, gang, I'm in. Man, another Kumano. What's this? Don't love that. We could hedge here. What does this do? Whenever Naomi, Pillar of Order, enters the battlefield or attacks, if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. So this is, you know, this is kind of the white-black theme. And we do have a couple of white-black cards, including an enchantment. So yeah, hedging here seems fine. Although look, Rabbit Battery and Kumano, like there's probably without you guys, I have taken that red burn spell and I'm now taking the Rabbit Battery and hoping to wheel these Kumanos and go in red, black, low to the ground, etc. So anyway, let's yeah, and Guard just likes the rabbit. We'll take this though. Here's another Unforgiving one. We could also just take this Golden Tail Disciple or Born to Drive. This is you don't generally play this as an enchantment. Usually you're channeling this. Yeah, this would be better in the red deck I was looking at, right? So maybe the Lifelinker or even the Ace. You like Born? Do you like it if you're not doing anything with vehicles? Do we like just 2 1/1s at instant speed for 3? Yeah, I like that this is an enchantment for Naomi. Yeah, that's my gut. I'm going to do this. I don't know. Maybe I'm underrating Born to Drive, but that's what made sense to me. Well, now I want Born to Drive because we're going to take Dockside Chef here and then look to do the go wide thing, get random 1/1s, etc. I wouldn't mind an intervention, wouldn't mind another Golden Tail, but Chef's Kiss indeed. What do we got here? Contain. This card seems really fun to build around. I've gotten it kind of going once. We could take. I mean, there's nothing in the blue-white or the black-white lane for us here anyway. Yeah, channel, right. Channeling is what you want to. Channeling is the nuts with this, but every color has channeling, and we need artifacts. I think we take it, and it's 2/1 for 2, which is, you know, your D. A 2/1 for 2 is a plain D. I think it's not the worst. You can play it, but it's not what you want to do. Yeah, green looking open, but so is our lane, frankly. I mean, this I'm up on this now that I understand what it does. Not necessarily a reading stream around here, but I was telling chat on Monday, I read this as Chapter 1 is creature gets +2/+2, and Chapter 2 is target creature gets -1/-1. You see how the +2 is right next to the 1 and -1 is right next to the 2? I just thought those were defined chapter steps. And then I figured it out. I think chat explained it to me. They helped me out. Now I really like this card a lot. I think the flexibility is nice. There's enough 1 toughness going on where you are going to pick something off a lot of the time. But it also has the fail mode of like, you just get 2 life, but at least it has that, right? Like your worst case really is gain 4 and then have a 2/3 ramper. It's reasonable. We're going to do it anyway. And the upside is crazy because you can just, hey, here's go wide. If we're going to do the go wide thing, not that we want to sack 2/2s to Dockside Chef. But I do agree with the concerns Luis and Marshall. This is a much better defensive card, I think, or go wide if it's your strategy. But like, do you want 1 6/6 or do you want 3 2/2s? You know, that's an interesting question in general in Magic. And it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. I think in the abstract, 3 2/2s is more flexible, demands more resources from your opponent to manage the individual creatures, but they attack worse. You know, a 6/6 is a much better attacker than 3 2/2s. It also in a world where these cards have multi modes, you know, where you've got the 7 mana mode and the 2 mana mode. It's hard to take a card that's only a 6 mana mode, but this is a good card if you're going long and going wide, which looks like we're trying to do here. So we'll take that. Sphere is interesting if we were still in the disruptor lane. Debt to the Kami. Has this been good? I haven't seen this. It feels like classically, like target opponent exiles a creature. It always underwhelms. Not always. Sometimes there's spots where it performs, but it underperforms too often. If you're exiling an enchantment, that seems good, but I would rather have that in the board. This isn't very good either. Without doing something with the ninjas and rogues. And we're best of 1 here. I doubt we're playing either of these. I almost want to take the sphere in case we abandon the white and end up back in the blue lane. So I'm actually going to do that. I just don't think either of those black cards is important to us. Octopus still here, right? So that's saying something. Clawing Torment seems playable too. But we'll take the Octopus, and then I'm going to put the blue cards back in. Oh, Repel, you like... oh, I guess Repel is fine. That's fine. You're right. This is fine. I was kind of... I wasn't really properly seeing this card in the context of what we have so far, but I think you're right. It is the correct pick. We could take the Terrarium... A little clunky here, but we are going long. It is an artifact. Yeah, we'll take it. It's not super exciting, but I don't know if we want 2, for example. But maybe. And hey, look, a splash potential. Throw that in the blue maybes. I'll put it in for now. All right. These are so great. I want to. I mean, I'm assuming I'm already too late, but these lands that have no drawback, especially with the new legendary rule. Back in the day, you know, at the very least, if your opponent played one of these legendary lands first, you'd be like, well, I guess you know, there can be only one or whatever, right? But wow, it's so powerful to have these lands that that just enter untapped, tap for a color source, and then have this other ability. It's so great. But let's see. I don't think it's the pick here, but they're just so rock solid, right? Is this still bugged? So the Oppo can't even escape us if they go for sack. They can't even sack on an empty board. This has been super annoying. This card is where it's at, and maybe we try to hopefully we will the Virus Beetle even over the Abandoned Mire, but this is unlikely to make it around. This is nice too. Double strike ninjutsu in one of our colors, but long reach, just value. And with ninjutsu, you can even sometimes pop it back to hand and go again. Calvados, I don't blame you. The land is legit, but the long reach of Night just piles on the value, and you can sometimes restart the value train. I get you. Anybody who's taking the land, I salute you. It is totally valid. Maybe I'm just chasing the fun pick and not being a grown-up here, to be honest. But we got a fun pick. Naomi again. Legendary, of course, but doubling our chances of finding her seems fine. I like a Moth Rider, but is there something better? This could be a brute suit style deck. I like the crew 1 vehicles when you're really spitting out some 1/1s, but I'm not sure even we're doing that per se. Scrounger, yeah, let's see this. Yeah. What? Yeah, I get that we want to make sure Naomi does the thing, but are we at the point of playing Scroungers to make it happen? I haven't found this to be particularly important, but maybe people are finding this doing something. I'm gonna take the patrol. I know it's not exactly in the artifact enchantment plan, but we're not even that heavy into it. I mean, we have Naomi, but we don't need, I don't know. I bet we can wheel this. I'm gonna take this also because we're in ninjutsu colors, and Moth Rider Patrol on 1 into 2-mana ninjutsu is legit. So I'm taking that. Another life seems fine, but what else is going on? 7-Tail Mentor. Okay, but eh. Regent's Authority. Okay, just a combat trick. And slightly better on stuff. Whatever, we'll try and wheel that. I'm going to take another one of these. Here's what I'm talking about. Nezumi Prowler. Not that it's that great to sneak it in off Moth Rider, but we could. It's also a ninja and an artifact, yeah. So Lethal Exploit is powerful too. I wouldn't mind that, but we'll take the Prowler. Leech Gauntlet seems good. So does Befriending the Moths, though. I'm going to go with the uncommon, though. Maybe we'll find more opportunity to make moths our friends. This seems like a card with some real potential. I have a deck on a side account that if I wanted to, I could run 24 artifacts. It could just be a 24 artifact deck if I wanted to. Excuse me, I do like a return to action in abstract. It has a hard time fitting sometimes, but I love, you all know this effect is a little pet effect of mine. You need the ETB effects, but if you got some ETB, this is a surprisingly powerful effect. We'll take this, though, and see if it ends up being worth it. Probably not. In fact, I'm going to put it in the board right now. Raid. There is another lifelink critter. But this is an enchantment creature as well. So in terms of supporting our enchantment stuff, they're equivalent. And yeah, we might, I mean, while this was the right pick, it's not hugely important. We could end up splashing Naomi's, but we'll see. Let's start here, though. We don't want terminal. We don't want any of these artifact answers. We'll take an ace and maybe care about it. Probably not, though. I mean, it's a 2/2 for 2. Do we like the ramp? Really? It does. I grant you it's got kind of blood tokens built in, and that I didn't really. I've never seen this do much, and I've never had a deck that's wanted it. And I'm not convinced this is, but it does ramp us to Naomi, although, so if we go turn 1 or 2, one of these enchantment creatures, and then turn 3 terminal into turn 4 Naomi, that's pretty good. All right, well, I don't like much going on here, and the ace seems very whatever, is basically a grizzly bear, so sure, I'll see if it fits. Nice. Here's more what I was thinking about when I was talking about the 2-mana ninjutsu. We could take the raid, though, if you think it's worth it / better. But Ambusher ninjutsuing off of a turn 1 Moth Rider is hot. I'll do a quick poll on this one. You got only 20 seconds, but this seems pretty close. So I'm going to say Ambusher or Raid. We're not taking... this seems like a liability to me. There's too much good bounce in the format to be playing 6s, even if they can sometimes be 4s. Enchantment versus artifact count, good question. We are currently on 6 artifacts and 7 enchantments. So pretty good split for trying to just have 1 of each for Naomi's. Yeah, we got another pack to go even. Raid over the Ambusher. I'm on Ambusher, but I'll go with chat today. I don't think we're doing that. We could do Vault Progress, but these aren't, that's actually not Vault Progress, right? This is Phantom, so none of this even matters for that. Now, no forcing here. This is just where we ended up. And we're playing Quick Draft because it's free. There's a little free event today, so we're taking advantage of it. I'll throw this in the board, though. No, Phantom, so you don't get to keep the cards. The reward is very small. It's very much an experiential thing where they're saying, look, we'll give you a no cost, low prize, but completely free thing to do midweek. I don't think we're playing this. Throw it in the board. And again, I just can't get behind this ninja. Maybe if it were an artifact or an enchantment or something. You like it? I've so far when my opponents have played this, I've been sweet. I'm gonna punish you with bounce, but maybe I've just been lucky. Swirling Mist, we're not going to move into blue for that. And what do we got? Banishing Slash. I don't know this card, but I bet... Okay, destroy up to 1 target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then if you control an artifact and an enchantment, well, here's where we go heavy white, right? So far we've been dancing around our level of commitment to white, but this immediately kind of bumps it up, but for good reason. It's like it's what we're doing. It's the plan. So I'm taking it, and then we'll continue to keep an eye on these numbers. We're at 6 artifacts and 8 enchantments, so let's keep an eye out for artifacts we like. Scoured Barrens I like, but Era of Enlightenment adds to the enchantments. Maybe this wheels. And we've got the Enchantment Shrine, the Go Wide Shrine here. Yeah, so I like, what do we like here? Barons is fine if we're there on, if we think we're there on playables, but Shrine with the Chef here is really, I mean, I like this anyway. We passed one of these early, and I was calling out that I think Luis and Marsh undervalued it, and this is a right combination of tools for this deck, so let's take it. Maybe we wheel that fixing. That'd be sweet. Wow, lots to choose from here. Artifacts is what we wanted more of, so let's take Virus Beetle or Leech Gauntlet. Let's take Leech Gauntlet. Maybe we can wheel the Beetle. This is great. You like Beetle? I think the Gauntlet's pretty cool. We're going to give it a try. Second try. I think we also might wheel the Beetle. Definitely like this. Follow Conda reasonable, but Norika is really? You just attack with something and then cast free enchantments? I get that it's not perfect synergy, but choices are good. What do you want? You want Fall of Conda? All right, let's read through this. 3 mana. Exile target creature opponent controls with mana value 4 or greater. It's important that it's mana value and not just toughness or power. But it means you can't really play it on turn 3. So it doesn't curve unless you are on the draw. And that's a real issue for me. Each player gains control of all permanents they own. So that's more of a constructed effect. And then you just get a 1/3 that dies into a card. That doesn't seem very good to me. I mean, maybe it's maybe it doesn't seem good to me because by the end I'm unimpressed. But if you get chapter 1 on something reasonable, it's fine, right? Yeah. We got some ninjas. We also have like no 3s. I hear you, math, but I did it my way. This time, anyway. I don't mind a little non-bows if it's about choice. Like, okay, do we want this value or this value? Ooh, that seems good for us. And then doggo? Yeah, I don't know what you want. I'll pull this one too. Tough one, because this kind of does what... This is our thing. Look at this. +1/+1 till end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment? Like, wow. That is 2 turns in the late game of massive pump. Massive. So, let's... but, doggy, the best doggo. So, I'll pull it. I'll pull it. The dog is hard to argue with, too. So great. So great. So dog or truth? Some weird polls around here. Dog or truth? It's my new game show. Looks like truth is the truth. Runaway. We'll take it. Here's a Befriending the Moths we can pick up. We can also get another network terminal if we want a second one of those. And again, we're low at 3, so popping in another 3 that ramps us to our 5s is interesting, but we don't have too much farther to go. I don't love ramp with, you know, nothing at the high end. Yeah, all right, let's take them off then. We do have some cuts to make now. All right, I get my ambushing ninja. Taking that. I don't want to... Oath would be all right, but this is an artifact. The artifact... really, math? It's the artifact factor that puts me over the top here. And we could use more. Like, we have 7 artifacts and 11 enchantments. Yeah, we have an Oath, though. Is Oath the top common when it's your second copy? I don't know how well 17 Lands breaks that down, but I wonder if it could tell us things like how many copies of a card you want. So I think, again, especially for playing a terminal, I wouldn't mind another 6. But I'm going to take Ambusher. Here's that terminal chance again. A return to action. This is my pet card ability, but I don't think we have room for it here. And I'm going to take another terminal and throw it in the board, and we'll think about it. Getting real crowded in here. Hey, this came back. I like that. Sweet. And Papercraft Decoy over another Golden Tail. We got 2 of the... Oh, we only have 1. Flyer is solid, but I want to lean into the Naomi and just make sure our artifact and enchantment counts are up, 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 up. You like the tail? Yeah, that's fair. It is an enchantment. It's just that we're a little lower on artifacts. That's what I was thinking. Having 11 enchantments and 9 artifacts in this deck would be Chef's Kiss. We even have the Chef to kiss. I could pull this one. All right, let's take this. I don't think we're gonna play. I don't think we're playing that other one, or maybe we're playing this though. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This one also offers some choices. We have one of these in already, so we can think about whether 2 belong, or whether any belong. All right. Interesting. How do you want to build this? Probably we can build this cut style. You think Brute Suit is in? Well, we can add it and then figure out where I'll put this in too, but something's got to give. Yeah, I don't know. We got there. We didn't get there on discarding much, did we? Let's look at our overall creature count too. Note that we're at 15 creatures, although do you want to see what kind of non-creatures do we have that create creatures? We have Imperial Oath, but just that, really. Removal really not where we wanted it to be, although Long Reach is all right. Yeah, sagas, but don't they count the sagas? Or maybe they don't. Are sagas not counted as... Yeah, I guess they're not, huh? Oh, they are in the upper part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, so sagas get us there. We have plenty. Yeah, so we can cut... I like that. I think that's fair, War Furnace. And then we should cut these, but where does that leave us artifact-wise? Are we trimming too many artifacts? Now we're at 7. Yeah, Moth Rider, well, obviously the Naomi herself and our bomb are not artifact or enchantment, but everything else is. Yeah. Repel the Vial. Yeah, this was a pretty late one, although we don't have a lot of interaction. I'm kind of inclined to keep it in, figuring we'll get an enchantment or a power 4. Like, one of those will happen. Yeah, this one is, but all... and this, I guess, yeah, these are... But this is not interaction I'm counting on to do much, is the thing. Maybe I do need to give up on the Dream of the Moth Rider and the whole ninjutsu right away. Yeah, I think we have to do it. And yeah, I agree that this isn't doing... Like, I'd rather have the one of these constructs back for that. And maybe I do just need to give up the repel. Like, I mean, we got to make cuts. And we can go 16. We're best of 1. Imperial Oath is our top end. And we do have 2... These are ramp, effectively, right? So I think we can go -1 on planes. And then have 1 more cut. And I was clinging to Norika, but maybe I should let her go. But the... I mean, we get to recast dead enchantments. Like, well, let's see. So I need a warrior and samurai. Let me look at our counts. If I have nothing going on there, I got 1 samurai and no warriors. Yeah, it's got to go because she's the only thing that triggers it. She self-enables, but that's the only thing. That's like literally the only thing. And yeah, there's some cards that make them. That's true. That's true. And she's not, so I agree. Not the deck for her. The value potential there is so tempting, it's hard to let go of, but not the deck for her, unfortunately. I'm going to call this deck Order. Get it? How many? We have 2 Pillars of Order. And I believe we have Sleeve Redemption. Yeah, free bot draft. We don't get to keep any of this, but let's have some fun. Just going to leave the lands as is and get going. Settle down, PC. I gotta upgrade my computer so it's not... My computer is constantly on the edge of panic. Or I just need to do a nice reinstall, etc. All right, this looks good. Both colors, 1 drop, 2 drop. Wait, this is 2 drop, yeah. Man, this is even an attack for 3 on turn 2. Brute suit. Yeah, land off the top, s'il vous plaît. Then we get to drop a Golden Tail and hit even harder. Ah! Oh, not hit even harder because we don't get to play it first, but... Well, at least we get a reasonable play in the Leech Gauntlet. Wow, this thing is a beast in our deck. Well, I mean, we got lucky that Chef came out ahead of it. It's not usually going to be a turn 2 play for us, but it was there. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a creature card when you do destroy target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So if we let them attack, they get to turn... yeah, we got to trade, right? I really didn't want to have to do this, but we have to do this. It's just going to give them too much flexibility to not. We found our land, though, which is amazing. Brute Suit called for over Lifelink. I suppose we're more aggressive. That makes sense to me. We'll go Brute Suit. 3 open mana, lots of cards. Maybe we don't get anything here. Yeah, all right. But I like our spot here still. This card's been great. I like it a lot. Might have to just banish it even. And we control an artifact. Oh no, enchantment. So we can't find an artifact here, unfortunately. Yeah, we can just disciple. And I think we offer, well, yeah, we can do this and then offer, I'll offer the portrait after I play the disciple. Give him a turn with the bot. It's not, it gets oppressive in a long game. It's pretty expensive for right now, so I'm not gonna panic about that card. Now we get the Shrine, and And we got our dual land, which keeps us off of a actual 1/1 this turn. This is a sorcery. If we wanted to do anything now, we have to do it now. I'm going to go Shrine this turn. So, question is, do we do it now to increase Portrait's size? Yeah, then they can't trade with it. So I'm going to do that. They might have more counters. They've shown some already. So don't forget. I'm going to offer the Disciple. If they want that trade, that's fine. I'm hoping they're just in for a card here, that they're going to tap their bot for something. Does this lose abilities? I so don't care about this at all. Oh, it loses all abilities. So I do. Strong. Usually blue doesn't do that. I guess it does sometimes. Darn it. You'd think we had enough artifacts. And hey, look. It's our friend. Well, we're gonna kill that. Except we can't. Gotta wait till it attacks, huh? So it gets one attack in. And I can play... Playing this doesn't even increase the portrait size, so maybe we just sack this for... maybe we find an artifact, right? Hey, we found an artifact. So now we'll play this. Yeah, maybe we'll take even 2 hits from the dragon and just go to get our hand empty first. Yeah, land would be perfect because then we could empty the hand. So, not perfect. Yeah, I mean, just getting aggro here. I just want to make sure if we can't win this turn or really force the issue, I want to make sure we know what we're doing after. So let's go kill Lifelinker, leave the dragon, ignore the dragon, and play the containment construct to pump Portrait. Loot the slash, cast the slash. Okay, gotta make sure I do it right. Keep that. Can even send, let's see, if they take, they can't, it's a force block on the 5/5, so we can send the chef as well. All right. They maybe kept things close, but now we can Naomi for value. If we Attack all, what happens? Oh, they have the block. They take 1. Yeah, Leech Gauntlet gives them a virtual 4. Well, we should play Leech Gauntlet too, right? And this is reconfigure 4, which we could do, but I don't know it gets us anything. So yeah, we should just go raid Naomi, right? And now they're at 1. Now they're virtual 3. But yeah, let's just get wide. We'll get there. We're getting there. And this is going to ping them again. So I like just hold. And we'll get there. Well, they could have gone to, they chose this instead, though. Different line for Oppo. We're going to double block here and lose one of our samurai to get rid of this thing. That's correct, right? Maybe it's not. Let's see. They go to 4. Can we just win on a crackback? Maybe I'm not supposed to lose a guy. Either triple or none, right? Because we could just go, we could let them go to 4. They're out of cards. And then we swing back and they just don't have block. Oh, but they can, and they can't re-equip, right? No re-equip. So with no re-equip, no blocks. They can, of course, throw a counter around here, but that doesn't do anything. It kind of looked like this was a mana rock or something, so it could feel like they had the 4, but they didn't.
Thank you. We got one!
The champ is here! The champ is here!
All right, got a mythic. Take it. I think this is a smart event for Wizards to run. I think this is the kind of thing you need to do for a free-to-play product like this, and especially with a game like Magic where you're trying to lure people into learning about formats maybe they've not played before. All right, another keep. A lot of the hand is expensive, so I do acknowledge that while this is a keep, we're kind of asking for multiple things from the deck. We're asking for land and things to do before turn 4. But really, if we, I still can't throw it back with one each of our lands, a super solid turn 2 play, and then if we can just find a couple of lands in the first 3 or 4 draws, this is going to be great. And if we don't find lands, we're likely to find cheap stuff that we can play alongside the Gauntlet. Absolutely. Hat asks if I think WotC is farming data to tune the bots off this. That's another, I didn't mention it, but yeah, that's another thing I believe that this is doing for them is getting initial bot data to inform the paid experience to come. Awkward draw. Too bad you weren't here before, Chef, but we'll start with Gauntlet. Hey, folk. Glad to have you here. Welcome. I may have missed some others' first-time chats here, but especially with Deathsy's friends hanging out. All right, we got our land. That's huge. I mean, we can't even just do Chef, but like at least we can do something. Do we... we're in an awkward spot. We could leave this back to, quote, block the thief, but they've got the disruptor to tap down the block. So all we have is Chef anyway. I'm going to go ahead and accept that they're getting another treasure, and that's just the way of the world here. That's a good point, Hat. Maybe they'll be less greedy, although you can just override that. All right, let's get the data, and then let's adjust the data so that they take rares higher. So ninjutsu kind of doing its thing here. Very powerful stuff going on. Guess we let the chef go. We don't have the mana to use for it right now anyway, although honestly right now sacking itself to find a land might not be the worst. Hey D, thanks for the sub. Closing in on 3 years for Dionysus. Some of my earliest subscribers are hitting the 3-year mark right now. It's pretty cool. It's not cool that we have nothing to do here. Now I'm just deciding whether we're trading Gauntlet for Gravelighter. We get another whack of lifelink out of it, but I think we need to now try to block the thief. So I'm actually going to stay back and try to trade off for the thief. No, right. I was gonna attack in and was thinking they would, if I sent in the Leech Gauntlet, if I were Oppo, I would block with Gravelighter before I blocked with the Thief, but maybe they'd just block with the Thief anyway. We're gonna discard. And yeah, Oath has gotta go. 6-drop, not showing up anytime soon. And we'll make this block as hoped. All right, found our 4th land. Big, important pull for us. Now we put it back on them to long reach. Got to figure out what we're pitching. Oh, yeah, because it's broken. Like, this is where we should be able to sack nothing. But this is where the bug is actually a problem for us. I think I ditched the moths before the shrine. We draw a land and this can start being a win con. So what do we want? Lead with the 5/5. If they kill it, we get value, or we can just start going wide. Let's go with the big one. Although I do like getting this going early. Although if we don't draw land, we don't actually get to... Like, if we play this, we pop out 1. Next turn we don't draw a land, we're probably just playing the Midnight Sky, not getting the value anyway. So let's just start with the dragon. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I didn't even really look. We get Leech Gauntlet or Chef, right? Wow. Black Mirror in some ways here. Like... No! All right, well, we got our value at least. We're certainly not taking their hand, so we're going to put a non-dragon creature card. Oh, we can go any graveyard. Unfortunately, I think our stuff is better. It's Leech Gauntlet. Leech Gauntlet or what? I think we're just dead. This was a bad sitch. It's bad. 3/4 is the biggest body we could get. It doesn't do much, though. Disruptor buys us time. I mean, anything buys us time because we're just... it's going to chump. I mean, the tap doesn't do anything. I'm going to go Gauntlet, I guess. At least that chumps for some life. But I agree. I think it's pretty hopeless. This is... not great. That's true. Yeah, it taps. But I like getting the lifelinker out. Because we can attack into this board, get some life back, and make some chumps here. All right. Still feels pretty hopeless, but get some life back this way. And then a parade of chumps for your enjoyment.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Okay. Not nothing. We even have a spare mana. Yeah, it's true. I say chump, but it's not like that we can chump this. But I would chump any of these attackers, but they're not attacking, so that's fine. At least they're not attacking. Now we got this problem. But I gotta start here. And yeah, if they figure out the mid-combat untap, then we lose. So I probably need to send the Gauntlet Suicide style just to get some life. Which I should have done before playing Naomi, I guess. But actually, that's not an artifact, so I guess I had to. Never mind, I'm smart. I'm super smart. Super, super smart. Pay no attention to anything suggesting otherwise. Yeah, we should be dead already. That's like 3 tries now that Oppo could have added 2 damage to the attack. Another gauntlet, and we can cast and equip. And I guess we throw that on Naomi and... it's 3 right now. We could even throw it on the long reach, keep Naomi back, and save Naomi as blocker and send this for the lifelink now. Maybe I'll do that. Should probably do some math and figure out exactly what's correct regarding life totals and chant, but I'm just kind of going gut here. As I say, still pretty clean block. They just threw the 04, throw the 04 and the 4/5. But we continue to need to get some lifelink or we're just dead. We do have our own copy of Twisted Embrace we could find to kill the operative. But operative needs to die or we do. Eight life spared. Oh, magic is hard. Need removal right now. That is not removal. But Oppo's still not showing us awareness, so we're gonna keep taking the chances we have. Yeah, it's free magic right now. We shouldn't even be playing, but Oppo insists, so we're gonna try. Also like that not doing it mid-combat, basically treating it like a sorcery. Does it say sorcery? No. It's like, because the other thing they could be doing is doing it during combat on blocks to surprise block us. And look at, now we get a chance. Guess we throw this on the gauntlet. Wait, if we throw this on the gauntlet and then the gauntlet throws on, it doesn't, it falls off, right? I think we still have to put it on the lifelinker, but I don't think it stays there if we equip the gauntlet. Oh, it does not fall off. Cool. Because it just says enchant artifact. It stays an artifact. That's fair. Gotcha. Rules. Turns out reading the card often explains the card. Yes. Oh, wait. We got this. What's going on here? This is crew 3. So right now, can they crew? Can't even crew, so it's still safe to send those. Are we sending anything else? If we send the construct, it could trade with the chef. That would be fine. So I think we do those. This has vigilance, so it can go, but we can leave the 1/1s back. Yeah, maybe we're just dead and I'm being too cute, but we'll get some life. Again, you know, math is for people with choices. Yeah, this has been interesting. It's been fun. Oppo's given us a million extra draws, and we're doing what we can to make him pay for that. But still looking grim, but not hopeless. A sweet top deck of some kind. I don't even know what at this point. We're super tight up in the air here. Yike! Come on. Okay. Right, we like that. We like that. It's a sorcery. Got to do it now. We'll take out the 2/3 and get in for another big lifelink swing. Trades, wins, trades. Doesn't do anything. What do we need to leave back to block? At least 2 to make sure we don't lose to this thing. We got 2 vigilance. We're going to have this one back. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3 blockers back already. We need... so we could just send these as well. And it puts us pretty... You know, but we have, with 3 blockers, we have 2 for the reach and 1 for the chef. And we can't block the flyers anyway. So I'm going to go, again, max out here. High risk. I'll got to worry about this too, but again, that stays on the ground. So yeah, I'm going to go with this, and there's risk to it. But we need to push damage through. Yeah, maybe the pump flyer was the one I should have done. I instinctively looked at creature size. when I should have been looking at potential damage. I didn't think of the pump when I was making that call. Well, is it a waste of time, Haj? It depends on whether or not you like Magic the Gathering, I suppose. Oh, could Slash not kill that? Oh yeah, because it wasn't tapped, right. I didn't think about that. I was thinking of that as just kind of clean removal, but it wasn't. So I'm a genius, as it turns out. And I guess with the mana and the possibility of being attacked on the ground, I am going to equip... I'm going to configure the gauntlet onto a samurai. Oh yeah, I could have just equipped the... Yeah, you make a 1/1. That's fair. Huh, I don't know. I think probably didn't matter. In fact, maybe I should have said, hey, they're never going to attack on the ground anyway. Don't even spend the 4. Just leave your leech as a 3/3 so that you don't have to respend next turn. Yeah, you can. You could just make an account and play for free. All right, they got us that time. But we made them earn it. They gave us a lot of chances to come back in that one. Yeah, I highly recommend making side accounts. That's true. You know, we got a lot of viewers still hanging around from Deathsea's stream. Thanks for all of you Deathsea viewers still sticking with us. That's awesome. If you are a Deathsea viewer and you're still here and you haven't followed yet, maybe give a follow and we'll see you some other time after this stream. But I want to share with Deathsea viewers my #1 tip for free-to-play drafting on Arena. The way to draft, basically, if you're any kind of reasonable player, and if you watch Deathsea, I bet you are, you can make multiple accounts and basically draft for free as much as you want. Because the game pays us to play, all right? The game pays us to play in gold, and it pays us through primarily 2 mechanisms. First, 4 wins of the day and quests. So quests are 500 and 750. It's about 1 in 5 that are 750. So you could say that an average quest is about 550 gold. So this empty slot here means that tomorrow I'll get 550 gold added to this slot. So on your main account, it's really important to me anyway to end my day with 1 empty quest slot so that it refills with gold the next day, overnight. And then the wins start to dwindle in their reward. You get 250 for your first one, and then 100 for your next 3, and then it just falls off a cliff. So the fact that you falls off a cliff after 4 wins, and that you only need 1 empty spot to ensure that you get reloaded with gold the next day, basically, if you find yourself continuing to want to play Arena, especially continuing to want to draft Arena, after you have already cleared a quest slot and won 4 times, you should really think about moving to a second account. Because at that point, once you got the quest slot filled, I'm no longer getting paid 550 gold to fill the quest slot. And once I've got 4 wins, I'm no longer being paid 550 gold to win. So once they stop paying me that 1100 per account per day baseline, there's some other ways to get stuff too, but baseline 1100 a day. Once I've cleared that 1100, I'm going to move to another account, and I'm going to play where they're still paying me 1100 gold a day to play. So if you win 12 times a day on Arena, for example, you typically play, 12 to 20 games and win about 12 times, you're going to find that those 8th, the 5th through 12th wins are just worth nothing, whereas you can get paid 3 times as much if you just spread out your play across 3 accounts. So that's my #1 tip for any free-to-play drafters, especially out there. And, I'm a constructed dabbler as well. It is not, if you do this over time, you'll find that you can do whatever you want in constructed as well. I mean, just check out our resources here. I've never spent. I spent $5 on the welcome bundle on this account. That's it. $5 welcome bundle. We have 311,000 gold. And look at our wild cards. I have 60 rare wild cards, 62 mythic rare wild cards, and endless common and uncommon. So through this method of free-to-play drafting through multi-accounting, I have actually built up the resources in wild cards across my 4 accounts to do whatever I want in constructed as well. I also want to call out, though, that while I have 4 accounts, I don't farm them each every day. If you multi-account, remember that it's not to put extra work on yourself. It's to give yourself tools to play as much as you want for free. But if you find yourself playing when you don't want to because you think you need to grind gold on a side account, then you're doing, in my opinion, doing it wrong. You're letting the system drive you instead of you driving the system. I have 4 accounts because my philosophy is that by the time I have won 16 times in a day of Arena, I need to do something else anyway. And it happens sometimes. Usually on the weekend with a new set that I really like, I'll hit the 16 wins and have maxed out my 4 total accounts in terms of grinding the gold that day. When that happens, I don't think about opening a 5th account. I think about going outside, I think about kissing my kid. So that's my philosophy on that. And if you're a money gated player, if one of your big pressures on playing Arena and playing Magic is availability of cash and you love to draft, you got to do it. Multi-accounting is your ticket to all the Magic you want to play, right? Right. All right, back to it.
Thank you. We got one!
Champ is here! The champ is here!
No white yet, but we have a Prowler on 2, Brute Suit, and Ambusher. I think I can keep this, although, boy, Banishing Slash is a ways off, but I don't like mulliganing. We're going to keep. Hard to mulligan when I have a nice 2 and some options on 3 with any land. Heck, I have options on 3 with no land with the Ambusher and the Prowler. Chef off the top would be pretty cool. Although, again, it doesn't really matter. Like, if I got Chef, then I guess I'm attacking for 3 on turn 2, which is a little better. And it's for lifelink, but This is fine, but mainly it's a 3-1 for 2 with some upside. The Death Touch is nice for late game when you can put this on a either a Saboteur or just something big that says if you want to get in the way here, it's gonna cost you. Although if you have something big, you don't really need the Death Touch, but nonetheless, Death Touch creates attacks where there were none, is my point. Disco Ninja appears to be gone. Well, okay, now there's a turn 1 play I can get behind. Looks like this is going to be a free win, though. Not very exciting TV. Our opponent is away and will probably win on this turn. And if Oppo suddenly shows up, well, they just skipped their first turn, so I don't like their chances even if they manage to find their way back here. Someone AMA me while we're waiting to win this game. Someone from Dead Sea's crew, give me an AMA about working at Wizards. What's something you've always wondered about Wizards of the Coast? That's our. Is that their fish or is that our fish? Oh, is this us? I don't even know. I'm going to save this and... Well, it doesn't matter. How evil are the financial people from Hasbro? I don't know. How evil is capitalism? I gotta say, as far as capitalism goes, Hasbro was a pretty good place to work for in terms of the morality. Now, every big capitalist corporate publicly traded company is doing charitable things because they think it still helps their capitalism, right? I'm not pretending that that Hasbro is some benevolent entity that is choosing giving back to society over profits. However, different companies go about securing profits with different approaches, and Hasbro, as a toy company, is really focused on moral business practices and charitable outreach. So Hasbro is as evil as all capitalism is, but they do it with an eye towards charities for kids. And boy, Alexis has gone through this with me, and I don't know if Brian Valhalla's Chosen is still here, but like at least quarterly, if not more frequently, Hasbro would send out a required training module that you would have to go through. Globeco. It was these video training modules where you'd watch a scene unfold between you've got your Globeco representative going out and being shady, and they show you Globeco person going out and doing shady business stuff, and then they test you on how they were shady, and you got to show that you know exactly how they were shady. And but it was like it was interesting to see how seriously Hasbro took kind of corporate righteousness that way. So capitalism at its core is trying to find the most efficient way to the most money possible. But I do tip the cap to Hasbro that they are at least putting a shine on it in the right way, with really training their employees not to behave immorally in their business practices, especially abroad, but also really focusing in on charitable efforts for kids and that kind of thing. So, well, there's your AMA. Let's now try and actually play a game of Magic, huh?
Thank you. We got one!
Champ is here! The champ is here!
We got one AMA, I guess. Well, it's been a little tough on both colors of mana this run, but this is a great start given that. We get raid on 1, and then a lot of options on 2, depending on what Oppo does. The dream is they give us a 1 toughness to pick off with this. There is a Kamigawa meme I have loaded. I think I probably owed it to you at some point and forgot to fire it, but we haven't seen it today. I know we haven't seen it today. I'll give you a hint. Oppo's mana suggests that they might play it today, so we don't have it in our deck. But since Oppo might play it, I'll hold off on spoilers until we see if they come up with it today. And look, it worked out. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Bye, Exemplar. Man, when you can pick off a 2-drop with this thing, woo! Feels like you can't lose. Reality Chip has other ideas. This card's great. We want to do this first. Glad I caught that in time, because we turn this into a creature and then we can plus it. Oh, but I have to target now, so never mind. Doesn't work, right? If I target creature, I guess I could make that thing small, but we're not attacking with anything here anyway. Yeah, it also has summoning sickness anyway. Why is there no rating? Because partly it's the target audience for this event. They don't want. This is a very much a beginner level event. It's like trying to be for everybody, and since it's for literally everybody, it's free for everyone. Let's not make it about rank, right? Now then, I'm gonna save this because we can get some serious action next turn. What about Gauntlet here, I guess? Then pumping up the Gauntlet seems real good. 1, 2, 3, +4/+4. This card is so good for our deck. I believe every single one of our creatures except our uncommon Naomi's here are either enchantments or artifacts. Alright, got a 4th land. That's huge. That means we can truth it up and have Prowler at the ready. And we can bounce back Memory and run that through again. We can also just... oh, it's got Summoning Sickness. Never mind. I keep forgetting that. Sorry, gang. It's that instinct. It's the exact instinct that caused them to give haste to all the suspend creatures that's causing us to have trouble, or at least me, to have trouble with this set. Let's do this, though. Oh, I should do Prowler first. Oh, but if I'm gonna... That's interesting. Since I don't want to ninjutsu... I could ninjutsu the captain, I suppose. Do we want the captain back? Yeah, I guess we do, huh? All right, so we'll do this and this. Oh, shoot, but I was supposed to play that. I'm sorry, gang. I got just the 0 hourglass got me there. Classic stream mistake. I just got a little panicked. But now we can just replay the saga instead, and then we can play the truth next turn. Yeah, but it gets... yeah, maybe I should just... we could also do the gauntlet and replay the gauntlet. And then this gets lifelink. Okay, I'll do that instead. Worked out. This is good. This probably would have been better, but mistake mitigated. Oh yeah, it can target itself. Durr. Hello. I'm not as good as Deathsea. But I'm real friendly. Hi. Right, Jim? I'm very friendly. Okay, there's our land. We wanted that for Naomi. But do we care that much? Let's see. Selfless. Yeah, we'll basically trade off for anything here. Prowler. Disruptor gets to block Prowler, but we can go... What about just Reign of Truth here on the Prowler and make everything a decent attack? Can also Imperial Oath. It's a sorcery, and memory does the thing. Getting Imperial Oath wide on this board seems quite powerful, right? So, okay, let's do that. And if we do that, what are we doing before then? Are we offering any of this stuff? You just like slamming Naomi. It's fair. I mean, that's 6. That's also 6 power, right? That's fair. Okay. Let's do this then. Again, I got hourglasses going, and I want to make sure Naomi lands and produces the value. And then, with this behind, I like just offering everything. Like, do your worst, Oppo. Block whatever you want. Trade your Disruptor for my Prowler. I don't care. Trade anything for anything. We're following with really excellent follows. And if we find... Well, actually, Final Land doesn't make a difference. Let's go like this. Saga's coming home to roost here. Well, there you go. If we had only Imperial Oathed, we would have blanked this card. Ah, well. Well, we're going to Imperial Oath now. We could Shintai and 1/1, but this seems fine. We don't really have attacks right now. Ooh, we will soon. And a good scry. Getting rid of 2 lands and getting Moth action for next turn. Send up the Menace and you won't be able to block it. It's a reasonable top end if going wide is part of what you're trying to do, if it makes sense to go wide. I was talking about, you can watch at the beginning of the draft, I talked about the card pretty extensively. The mana is not good for anything in hand here, so we're either befriending or... I guess we could do this, because 1, 2, 3, +3/+3 on the 2/2 makes a 5/5 menace that gets through this quite nicely. It just means we can't do anything else, which is not the best. Whereas if we do this, we basically get 3 in the air for free, and then... yeah, I was thinking of just the other order, right? Like, Moths now, next turn, Truth up whatever we're going to Moth, right? Since they both have the same Chapter 1. I'm going to do it that way. Better mana use. And could even just go with, like a Samurai. There's no need to use this. If they want to block with the Glider, that seems great. Minor thing that we just have an untapped Samurai instead of a tapped road captain? Expecting to see Raid Captain and suddenly it was Road Captain. And 6 mana is a great time to scry 3, right? You've got your mana. You really want to get those lands out of the way. Now we'll do the Menace. Dennis the Menace. We can get rid of this thing and... do that Oh, we only have 2 white, so if we use the slash, we don't get to truth. But I think getting rid of the double striker that's got the reality chip on it. You think we just nuke the chip? But this is stopping all of these attackers. They're at 9. I mean, this is stopping them all too, I suppose. Yeah, these both kind of... Right, but first strike against all these 2/2s is what I'm saying. But this is the same, right? Yeah, maybe I'm ignoring lethal. Well, let's try rain. Okay, I'm in for pumping the Menace Flyer. Certainly we're wide enough here that we'll go for it, although they could have some... Maybe I shouldn't. Huh? All right, thanks, Oppo, for letting me know. I was worried, Oppo, but if you wanted to give me the free info, I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly, Pablo, right? I was worried. They have Future Sight, tons of mana, all of it up. I'm like, and then scoop. Let's see, 1049. We could go do another one. It's actually... Maybe I'll play a couple more for funsies with this one since we know the deck. I'll play at least one more here. Since it's a little early, but I don't think I'm going to do a whole other draft today. The other thing that's nice about the structure for new players is the endless play, right? You can be 0 for 12 and, oh man, at that point, if you're still playing, I salute you. But the point is you don't get knocked out of the event for not being good enough. We'll keep this a little clunky. Nothing on the low side yet, but with this good stuff and me only asking the deck to deliver us some early drops over the next 3 or 4 draws, I think that's a reasonable ask. Two drop there would have been excellent, but you know. All right, straight to the 4s then. Ugh, such a great play before our long reach. I was like, well, at least we get him with the long reach, and it's like, I don't know how much we get him, but it's still our play. I'm not going to play this here over that, so we'll reach away, but bye-bye 1/1 token. Still, quite a floor for this card. Now what? We can go construct hold up slash. Then we have the double for Naomi next turn. That makes sense. And yeah, let's see. What does this say, though? If enchanted land would be destroyed, instead sacrifice this and that land gains indestructible instead. Is it exile? Because if it's exile, it still works. No. Okay, so got to do it now then. And I'm in for that. Let's just do it now. I mean, it doesn't really matter, hammer, right? I'm not sure what is my read says that it didn't matter. The exact same thing would have happened. Ooh, it's the white version of the dragon cycle we've got. What is this one up to? Can I have my removal back, please, you know? Top 7. Any number with total mana 4 or less to the battlefield or 2 counters. Okay. Yeah. It's all pretty beatsy here. But Naomi, befriended, can get up there and look to trade. Yeah, it's true. Slash never gets there. It's not an enchantment, and it's never going to tap. So, Naomi, and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Yikes. Any way out? We can... I wish we had something with lifelink. We can go to 7, but without a way to really gain a ton of life, we're just dead on the cracks. So, yeah, I think this is over. Just gonna scoop it up. We got nothing. We got some stuff that flies temporarily, but nothing that will fly to block 9 power next turn. Yeah. All right, let's do one more with this deck, and then I'm going to release you to the world, gang. Start looking at raid captain possibilities. Where are we going to send everyone? All right. One time, Oppo Oppo should run out 4 1 toughness creatures in the first 3 turns. Yeah, that's a start. Although, you know, I really asked for it here. This is a tough one to eat. It's not exactly free. So where are we gonna? What are we doing? I can't really justify a land or the removal. I guess I gotta choose one of the lives, right? I can't really do 2 of these here. I guess I could do Prowler if we really thought, but we can even bring life back with Prowler if we think it's gonna be better. That's true. Yeah, let's do Prowler. Two life. Yeah, it's true. We can we could have done a 2 toughness, but they had 3, so it wasn't worth it. Yeah, Rampant Naomi looks good though. Let's do that. This was the dream, right? Turn 2 Enchantment Saga, turn 3 Terminal, turn 4 Naomi trigger. They're ramping too, though. Mardutron. Some scary stuff there. Yeah, that's gonna get us, and then yeah, we're gonna be. I might even need to take a turn off of the Naomi plan and just embrace the general here. It's very good. I'm gonna do it. So they've played the fall, and really the value of this thing is the turn 1. So I wonder if they misread the first chapter and thought it was 4 toughness, which is so common, right? It's so common to this text is 4 toughness. So I bet Oppo misread that. Now Naomi, and get in, yeah. I'm gonna do it now before might not get the token. Yeah, this one works, Oppo. This one works. Good job. You figured it out. Well, let's get friendly with some moths at least, and get in for 6. And then we can play life after. Oh, you can play get more. Getting in for 8. We'll play life as well. Spread it around. I do like the design space pocket R&D has found with these 3 mana tap for anything rocks. Like 3 mana artifact tap, add 1 mana of any color plus upside is now just a staple of Magic design, but I think it's a good staple. I like the play they have there in finding like half a mana's value worth of value in that second ability. Let's see, does this matter? The order doesn't really matter here. And we're gonna get big again. Maybe I should have just put it all in one basket and done memory. No, I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna go with put that in the air for the biggest attack. And we'll still swing away. 2 cards, a lot of open mana. This is not any kind of sure thing here, but it's the obvious thing to do. Maybe I'm supposed to rummage that, speaking of extra value there, but I just got a little hasty. We don't need any more lands. I think I got excited that it's a dual land and I got a life and stuff, but I probably should just pitch that to the terminal. Oh, sure, I need to tap another artifact. I was just thinking of it as rummage. They are going to cast this again. What do we have to get with it? They don't have anything to get with it again, though, so whatever. We could block, but we do lose our 2/2, whereas cracking back at 5, I don't care. Oh, they've got... Oh, is this work on anything? Creature and opponent controls. Yeah, we don't have that yet, though. Maybe they're going to wait on it. They get moths. Yeah, I don't see blocking. I don't know why we want to block that. That doesn't make sense to me. Now if we swing away, we have 1, 2, 3 attackers. They block 2. 2 gets in. They're not dead. They have mana costs? No. So, yeah, they might not be 4 mana, right? Maybe it doesn't even have a CMC. Or they do. It counts the front side. Is that the rule? Probably just the rule. So... What's this? Are you all seeing this in the corner? Is this just busted? I don't know what's up in that corner. I don't even know what my hourglass situation is because it's covered by this. That's weird. Well, yeah, but how do I make it go away? I want to see what my hourglass situation is, not my friends list. Yeah, I guess, let's see, if we swing away, what does it look like? Yeah, they don't have good blocks on anything, so I guess it's a swing away. Oh, and then they give me the win. That's cool. Here we go, let's win. Pablo is correct. There's a shot, and in fact, we hit that shot. All right, we did not see Oppo play the card I was looking for, although I bet they have it in their deck somewhere. I'm going to give you the only meme I have for the set right now. We'll pretend they played it.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you. Squirrel!
That's from Duncan. Thank you, Slam Dunk. And thank you all. Scotty Nada is up next. Thanks, Mama. All right, everybody, YouTube friends and local friends alike, thank you for hanging out. Hopefully this new plan of uploading entire VODs to YouTube is going to help get more content up for you all. And hey, YouTube friends, if you're still here, I should have said this up front. I'll try to mention this in the future, but like any of my YouTube friends that want to put some timestamps in my videos, that would be sweet and appreciated. Help people jump around to, you know, at least like the draft, the start of the draft would be cool. But we'll see. Maybe YouTube will step up for me on that front. Thanks a lot. Step up for Scotty Nada now and stick around for that. I'm going to send you on over and catch you on Friday. All right. Bye, gang.